Prime Minister Narendra Modi has featured on Newsweek, and this is the first Prime Minister after Indira Gandhi to feature on the cover of Newsweek. The Prime Minister in this interview has said that his government has worked on the ideal and principle of Sabka Saath, Sabka Vikas. The Prime Minister has also said that democracy is in India's genes, and India is a democracy not only because of Constitution. Mr. Modi has also spoken about increasing voter participation, and he said that certificate of people's faith is in Indian democracy. And he has also talked about digital payments, and he has said that UPI is a fine example of Indian innovation. And he has also spoken extensively on the Diaspora Connect that his government has initiated. I have my colleague Akhilesh joining us with more details on this. Akhilesh, tell us about this interview that the Prime Minister has given to Newsweek, and before that, it's quite historic that he has featured on the cover of Newsweek. Tell us about that.
That's correct, Vasudha. In fact, after Indira Gandhi, Prime Minister Narendra Modi is the second Indian Prime Minister to feature on the cover of the Newsweek. And this is a very important interview where he talks about the upcoming Lok Sabha elections and also about his confidence to come back to power, and also about his legacy and India's relationship with China and also with Pakistan. So on the current Lok Sabha elections, he has said very clearly in this interview that normally the trend is that in the second terms, the governments will start losing confidence of the people. And we have seen in the recent years that how governments across the world have faced discontent, but in India the opposite things are happening, where the people are trusting the government, the current government, more and more. And this is what the Prime Minister Narendra Modi has said in this interview. And he also talked about India's relationship with China, where he said that our relationship with China is important and is very significant. And he also believes that the current standoff with China should be resolved as early as possible to normalize the relationship between India and China. And he also talked about the protection of minorities in India. He says there is a wrong perception that minorities are not safe in India. He said that all the minorities, even they themselves feel very safe in India, because his government's policies are very clear: Sabka Saath, Sabka Vikas, Sabka Vishwas. That's why the government's programs and schemes are reaching to everybody, irrespective of religion. So this is very important interview as far as the upcoming Lok Sabha election is concerned.
Right. Thank you, Akhilesh, for joining us.